Good morning, everyone. Today I'm doing another one of the layouts from the photos at hand, and I am doing myself. And even though I don't have that many pictures, when I was younger, my parents did do like a birthday. I think every time my birthday came around, I got my picture taken. And my birthday was before Easter, so I think that's why I ended up with all these pictures taken at Easter. So right now I've already matted my photos in this paper, and I just have it cut. What is it? I usually cut 1/8 of an inch larger than the photo measurement, because I like a really tiny mat. And so I've done that with these, or maybe I did 1/4 inch, because it looks like I still have 1/8 of an inch, and I might have, because of doing a colored paper, patterned paper. And so I've done that, and I'm just gluing them down so that I can go on to my next part. And I was originally going to call it In My Easter Bonnet, but when I got all done, it really just didn't work, so I won't be calling it that. But I have all my words here. Okay, so anyway, I am using Mintay's Beauty and Bloom, and it's like a spring or Easter themed paper. And now I find it hard to match papers or coordinate papers, whatever you would say, with black and whites, or in this case these were considered what did they call these? They were proofs. So my mom used to buy like any of the proofs that she liked. I think you got probably the whole set. If you wanted, a little bit extra, you got the proofs. So I don't know what became of the large photos, but I had 2 of the proofs of these. And I know when I was little, my mom decided that she had too many of these and left relatives pick whatever they wanted. So I have whatever is left. I thought, I wish she would let me pick first. So anyway, here I have on a bonnet, and I have this little purse, and I had gloves. And then here I'm holding onto a plastic flower. and then it's like they've got my dress kind of, it must have been like a full skirt, so it's like that. And then I don't have my hat or my purse here, or my gloves, which I would have just loved to have the gloves on at least, because I just think that's so cute. And so anyhow, I was going through papers when I was picking this out, and it made me think, oh, I had just seen these in my shoebox, and I thought, I'm just going to go ahead and do those. So anyhow, the other thing, when I'm putting papers together, like I said, I find it hard to work with a black and white, but I think pulling in a little bit of extra white, getting a little bit color close to the photo, and maybe having some white in the papers is more helpful. So if you do this, what do you find helpful to make the pictures look like they work well with it? Because I do find it challenging, and I had already decided I was going to use this paper, and then the challenge began, is what I think. And but anyhow, I've taken, when she got the proofs, they were cut, and it looks like they were cut with my decal scissors, my favorite thing. So I've decided that I was going to cut another mat decaled, and so that's why I have my picture, this really pale blue, and then I've got the white decal. Now, the next challenge came to how am I gonna get that close enough to where I like it, but not go too close. And so what I did, I think I actually have, let me measure this, because I measured this mat that I put around the photo. So it is 4 7/8, and then I cut this actually 5/8 bigger, right? Seems like it's so much more. Oh yeah, it is. So I made it 5/8 bigger, and then I decided, okay, I put it here, and I thought if I cut that about a 1/4 inch in, that I would like that. But I thought, you know what, me trying to cut a line was going to be really difficult. So I was going to mark it with, you know, a pencil and then just use the other side. But I decided to use my scoreboard, and I don't know if you can see the, let's see if I put up a little bit of color next to it, or the darker color. I don't know if it shows or not. Okay, now I can see it shows. Okay, so I ended up putting a 1/4 line with my scoreboard. And I have to say that really worked well, because then I just worked at cutting on that score line, and I could cut right up to it, and that left me that little tiniest line, and I really like that. So I did that all around. Oh, let me cut that right off. Now, you know what a I'm gonna call myself the scrapaholic. So I saved this because I thought, you know what, I might use that for something else. Not on this, but something else, so I just actually just left it. But here I can still see the little score line in there, that little groove, and I'm leaving the raised edge towards, or I want that on the top, because I thought I'd like to see it. And because it's a decal edge, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. But I'm just cutting it there where I still see the decal edge. So even when I put my picture on it, the little blue mat will be just on the other side of that. And I really like that. And I like how that's working with it. So I'm just gonna finish this. And it's like I'm kind of weaving back and forth, just trying to stay on that line, or not go over the line actually. But if I do, it's quite all right. Okay. And then I'm gonna put this here. And like I said, I'm staying on the side where the score is towards me. And then it made it so easy to line it up. And I really, really like how that looks. And it brings that, you know, the white from the picture into this edge. And I really like how that looks. I think it really makes it look well with the colors. Okay, now I'm just trying to get this out of my way. Okay, then I had decided that, and this happened in the middle of the night. It's like I'm trying to sleep. this horrible, but it's like, since I had my papers cut out, it's like, or taken out, then it's like it just kind of goes through my mind, you know, like what I'm doing. Now I did mark the top of this, so there's the T, and let's see, I do want this right here. Okay, so I've got the T mark there, and I'm just going to kind of put it close to this edge, because I think I gave myself, I think I cut a half or a 1/4 inch think a 1/4 inch. So I'd have like, no, maybe I gotta go wider than that. Let me tell you in a minute. Okay, and let's see. And I'm gonna put this the way it goes, right? Yeah. Because I know I like the darker at the bottom, and so that there was more white at the top. Okay, so I think I must have cut it a 1/2 inch because I decided I want that floral out there too. Again, it's like it's bringing still the white out here, and I'm pretty sure I cut it. Yeah, so I cut it I cut a 1/2 inch off this on one side and the top or the bottom. So that way I had a whole 1/4 inch of the floral and the white over here. Okay, and then I'm going to put this here, and where's my tea? My tea is here. And then I thought, you know what? I'm not liking this right up against there again. I'm gonna put these here. And so I decided I'm gonna bring another white in. So I'm gonna put the white under this. And so this is a 9 by 9 square, and I cut this 9 1/4 maybe? Let me tell you if I can get it. It's 9 3/8. Okay, so I did that. So I'm gonna put that on here. So I'm just lining it up. Isn't it funny how you measure something and you think, now what was that measurement again? It was like 2 minutes ago. No, longer ago than that, but not long. But I guess all the different measurements. Okay, so I want this centered. And so it should be, well, a little more than 1.5 inches on each side, or a little less than 1.5 inches. Because my pattern paper is actually 1.5 inches from each side. So, should be right about there. And I'm crooked, how did I manage that? Did I move it? Okay, let's see. I must have moved it. Or maybe, sometimes I don't have this pushed right up against there, and I don't know why that's so difficult for me. Okay, so that's, looks like it's straight. Let's see, it should be 1.5 inches this way too, so I'm going to see if it is. And I cannot. How come I can't see the math here? The lines, okay. Okay, it's a little higher, but it's not that big of a deal. I think I'm just gonna go with it right there. Okay. Because for this one, it isn't gonna matter. Sometimes it might to me. Okay, and I gotta tell you how much, look at how different it looks. I really think it makes such a difference. Okay, now I'm gonna kind of figure that I'm leaving 1/4 inch. And tape these down. Now, I have to tell you, these are from when I was 5. So I've been carrying these around for how many years? 61 years. And you know, I just thought I'm just gonna start scrapbooking. I need to get my things in a scrapbook because I have the scrapbook. I just need to get them in there. I started putting the twins in theirs, and then I did find my daughter says, oh, you gotta have this day in there and this day. So it's, I mean, it's difficult. I really want to just give them their books and go, here, you put them in. That's the difficult part. Okay, so from the 3x4 cards, I have this one that looks like a window. And it's like in this little frame. On the back it looks like a frame on stone wall. And I'm going to use this one with the flower in the middle. And I'm going to guess where it goes because I feel like I'm better at that than actually measuring sometimes. And then I'm going to see if I'm kind of hitting in the middle of this photo here. Okay, so it's about 5, so I'm supposed to be at 2.5. And I would say that looks pretty good. Okay, and I think that also looks straight, so let me see if it is. Still a little off. Oh, you know what? It might be cut a little crooked. I don't know. Okay, let me see here. I think that looks pretty straight. I figure if I measure from both sides, I could be straight. Okay, I think that's good there. Okay, and then I have this little charm. It's a little tiny gold-plated cross, and I probably will have to put it down with something else, but I'm going to start, I might have to use E6000, but I'm going to use one of these little dots, and it's going to be bigger than what my, oh yeah, it's going to be a lot bigger. So I think I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to go grab that E6000. Okay, I'm going to put this wreath around this too. So I think I'm going to do that first. Okay, now I see that this is the top here because there's my front page. So I'm going to put it like this because I think that's probably the way it looks like it should go. So I'm going to put that around that window. So there's the top up there. And I'm just going to kind of put it around the window where it looks like it's kind of centered. I mean, I really want it centered, but I'm saying kind of because sometimes it isn't. Okay. And then whenever I use E6, now it doesn't matter about that little loop there that's on the charm because I'm going to cover that up with string anyway. I don't know if you can see that good, but so whenever I use E6000, if you've never used it before, it's like a metal to metal epoxy, but it's like if you need to glue down something metal, this works. And after an hour, it'll be pretty set. But if you want to make sure it's really set, if you use it for anything else, you want to wait a whole 24 hours. Now I just use this little bit of, it's like it takes so little glue. So I'm just using this toothpick and dragging it across the charm so that it's leaving a little tiny bit. And it's pretty strong smelling, so I try not to breathe when I'm using it. And I'm going to grab this needle nose. Ah, well, that did a whole lot of good. Maybe I'd be better off with the toothpick. Okay. I thought I could use that, but not. Okay, and I'm gonna put it right in the center of this window at the top. Okay, sorry, the husband called. He cannot go to the grocery store without calling me. And he's he's the little grocery shopper, and I do the big grocery shopping because he doesn't like to have to go into, he hates going to Kroger. So he just goes over to this little place over here by us. Okay, so I've got that down, and it's actually, it almost looks like it's hanging from a pussy willow. But I'm just gonna, I have this twine here. It's got just a little bit of sparkle thread running through it. Or it's kind of like a holographic thread. I'm gonna just tie a tiny bow and put it right at the top. If I can get my fingers to work. I'll tell you, this must be the shortest my nails have been for like a long time, because I feel like I can hardly work with them. I don't know what the deal is. You know, if they get too long, you can't work with them. It's like, yeah, now I'm having just the opposite. Okay, so I'm just trying to get it as tiny as possible. And then I tighten it up. And then to get to my, whatever my desired length is, I think I'm good with it about there. Because I just want it right there. And I got my fabric scissors here. Okay, and I'm just going to glue that right at the top. And since I have the E6000 still here, I'm just going to use it for that, because I don't think anything works quite as good as that. And I'm going to put it actually right underneath that pussy willow branch. And it doesn't want to roll off. I must not have a wet enough piece. Sometimes it gets dry at the end, but I think that's good there. Okay. And then I'm going to see, where is my tweezers? Whenever I'm using something small, I really like to use my tweezers, or I even like to use the needles. Okay, and I'm gonna try to slide this right up underneath that pussy willow branch, maybe. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it just like that as I move it into another direction. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna try to turn it just a little bit. Okay, I didn't want a great big string. I actually had started out with this ribbon here, and it just like overpowered that little tiny cross, so didn't like that. Okay, now I'm getting this out of my way. Okay, let me get the glue out of here. Okay, now this is part of my quest to use things up. I have this little tiny trim. It's very delicate. It's kind of that peachy pink that's in this paper. So I'm going to use this and put it all the way around, and I'm going to, no, this is that, what I would use maybe, the liquid, the Tombow Mono liquid glue on. So I'm going to run it around here, just on the other side of that white. And I realized I should have glued that down before I actually did that. So I'm going to actually lift that up and glue this down real quick. If I can lift it up. Where's my... Sometimes I grab this out if I can't get my fingers underneath it. So I'm going to just kind of glue this down right there at the edge, and I'll do that all the way around, and then I'm going to put this there. And while I do this, I will pause it after I start it just so you kind of see what I'm doing here. And I'm going to let the little tiny detail go over the edge of the white paper. That's fine. And then I think I'm going to twist it, or do I want to turn it? Okay, let me glue all the way around, and then I'll come back and tell you what I did once I decide that. Okay, because this part's down, but I want to glue all the way around, so I'll be right back. Okay, I decided to flip this over, and I'm going to try to show you what I'm doing here. And hopefully this makes it, because when I tried it, it looked like it would. Otherwise, well, I actually am going to put something right here. Okay, so I'm going to actually flip this over and then glue it down again. So I'm going to put the glue across here, and it's not taking much. I mean, I have a very thin line. It's far from straight. And then I'm going to flip this over so it kind of makes almost like a little corner where I flip it. Oh, and somehow I got glue right here. Okay, I'm just going to wipe that up a little. Okay, and then I'm just continuing to put it all right there. Now, it didn't make it all the way here, but that's okay. And then I had to take a little bit and glue it over itself right here. And I couldn't even see if I'm getting it out, but now I can see that, yeah, there's some there. Okay, I'm going to take a little piece of this paper that I thought I was saving. Clean up my little mess. Okay. Okay, and then I'll just touch up anything that's left. But it looks like it's doing good. Let me lift that up so you can kind of see my corner. See, I just kind of took it where it was straight and then totally flipped it over, so now it's like you couldn't do this if the thing was two-sided and it didn't look the same. Okay, and let me push out the screen again. Okay. Now here it's like I didn't make it, but that's okay, because right there I'm gonna put a flower, and I don't even think I was thinking about that when I put it there. Okay, where is my flower? Oh, it's over here. Okay, so I'm gonna put this here, and I think I'm gonna need a little bit of a dimensional. Okay. And I think, well, I know I'm gonna need one here. And part of this, probably closer to this side. And I don't know if I'll need it in the other parts, because it's gonna overlap the ribbon and everything that's making it thicker. But sometimes I get all done and then have to tuck in dimensionals wherever they need to go. Okay, and I might need a little bit of one there, so I think I'm going to do that. So sometimes you don't know where you need them until you get that embellishment down. Okay, so that feels like it's fitting really good. And right here, it's up, but it's not going to go anyplace once you get it in the page protector. Okay, and then I have this other little flower, and I kept thinking, oh, it kind of looks like you could lay it down. Sometimes I forget that I'm upright. Okay, because my camera, I gotta flip it over when I put it on the computer. Okay, so I've got this little piece. Even though I kept thinking it looks like it's maybe could be laying down, I'm gonna use it standing up, and I'm gonna use it right here, but I'm gonna put a little bit of glue here because I don't have these all glued down yet, because I usually just kind of wait and do it at the end. And I'm gonna put it right here at this edge. It's right here too. Okay. And I'm just gonna kind of put it right here. I don't know how come I keep saying kinda. I'm gonna kind of put it right here. I am gonna put it right here, but it's not touching. So I need dimensionals, because I'm going in this groove here, I guess. So that is what I'm gonna have to do to get it in there. So I'm gonna put in 3. Oh, I have a little enamel dot that's jumped the spot. Okay, so I'm just putting it right here. Okay, that works. Yeah, because I have I've really built up the layers. Okay, so then I have, I didn't realize I was in a contest, but on Ginger's Corner, and I'll put the link down below on Facebook, she gave, I must have posted more things and commented on more things than anybody else did that month, because I won a prize, and these were in there, these adorable bunny rabbits. And I didn't even think about it when I put this kit together, or the pages together, that I thought, oh my gosh, I gotta use those little bunnies. So there's one, and they're kind of thick, but it's like, I'm always using thick things. It's okay. Oh, the hubby's home now. Hope he realizes he can get in by himself. And then there's this little bunny. He was actually turned the other way, but I flipped him over and decided I wanted to use the other side. So I put the tail back onto this side, pulled it off and put it onto this side. And I'm going to use that right here. I mean, I'm 5 years old. I'm thinking I need to have a little bunny in my life then. Okay. And I get the glue back on here, or the lid back on here. So I have those. I just have the 2 little flower things. And where's my other little, I have another embellishment here someplace. Oh, here it is. And now I need my glue open again. And see, I was gonna call it In My Easter Bonnet, but that just took up way too much room, because all my letters were either the wrong color or I didn't have the right amount of letters. I'll tell you, sometimes it's like you don't get too many times out of a pack of letters. They need more A's, more E's, more S's, and more R's. That's what it seems like I need, that I'm always running out of. E's, A's, S's, R's, and sometimes. Okay, so I'm gonna put this right here, and it just says Happy Easter. So I've got a triangle of wooden shapes. I have a triangle of flowers I've added. And I have just the 1 cross. Oh, sorry, loud. Okay, and now I just need my enamel dots. And we have this blue here, and there's a little bit of blue throughout, but I thought I like these enamel dots with this, so that's what I'm going to use. And these ones kind of look like water drops, so I thought they're perfect. I love these ones that look like water drops. I don't think I want one that big over there. Okay, maybe kind of here, tucked by the bunny. Put this one over here. And then I'm just going to put a couple over here by this little flower. So I'm just using a medium and a small over here. I'm going to put it up here. Okay. I don't know if I like that one right there. I'm going to just stick it down here. Okay. I think that's it. So that's it for today. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me, and I will have close-ups at the end, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.